Okay. I mean, that's lovely.
Oh, you filming?
Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome to the IVF Diaries. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done.
So this is going to be episode 1 of the IVF Diaries. So we're essentially going to be doing a little update as well as doing the vlogs and everything, like the live with the laslets. Just obviously for those that only want to watch the IVF content, or for you that don't want to watch the IVF content, we thought in this case we can just separate them both. Obviously include trigger warnings on the IVF stuff, because we will talk about things that are triggering for some people, and then for those of you that aren't interested in the IVF side, you still get to follow us around and see what we do.
You said loads of things and I wasn't really paying attention. I'm house sitting, so my dog's outside. But yes, essentially that's it. I know when I watch vlogs and stuff comes up about IVF, and I'm just a bit like, oh, I didn't know that was in it and things like that. So we kind of wanted to do our updates, and when we go to Greece, it will be a 2-parter probably, but that's the whole of Greece. That'll be the whole vlog from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So that will be a normal vlog. But for our updates and our sit downs, this is us.
This is us. Well, not in this house.
No, we're just borrowing the house for the time being. Just borrowing the house. But we did do this once. We've already done this once, and then we got the footage back, and it wasn't very good.
Well, the footage was fine. I just wasn't really.
No, it wasn't. It was just a half of his face.
It was just half of my face and ear.
Yeah. So we are doing it again because we just have the opportunity. So we will start from the beginning. We did do obviously an intro video which you can go and see. I will try and link it, but I'm not sure how to do that yet.
Cool.
But essentially, we decided to have a baby about 2 years ago. Started trying about 18 months into that, didn't we?
Yeah.
It'd always been a bit of a conversation, if or buts, but we decided that it was something we wanted.
Yeah, we were both very much, if it was to happen, brilliant.
Yeah.
If not, we weren't too fast. And then
we really wanted it.
Yeah, and then we sort of decided, actually, no, we do want a baby. Let's start.
Yeah, let's start trying.
It's fine.
It's fine. So we started trying for about 6 months, and nothing was happening. I am older, so we took the decision to look into having some private tests done.
Yeah.
So we inquired in December to have tests, which took us to March, was the earliest that we could do it. We were both poorly, we had antibiotics in the system, lots of things.
We was really poorly.
We had the flu, which was not ideal.
No.
So March of this year, we went to our first UK clinic. I had done lots of research, and there had been mostly positive reviews on the clinic.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we'll try that one. I always thought we would have IVF in the UK. I didn't even think about any other option. I just thought that would be it. Hang on 1 second, sorry.
Yeah, so with the IVF, we just sort of assumed we'd find a nice clinic in the UK.
I never thought we would have it on NHS.
No, we always thought about private.
Yes.
But like Charlie was saying, we wouldn't have even crossed my mind to go abroad.
No. So we had our tests done in the UK clinic. Yeah. I had an internal scan of my uterus to make sure everything was healthy, which it was, and then I had my AMH blood test work done. I'm going to put definitions above my head so you can all see what they are, what it means.
For any of you men or women watching, I still don't understand the definitions properly either.
So what that one does is it tests my egg reserve and my hormones. And then you had to have a semen analysis.
Yeah. So I had a semen analysis.
We waited 3 weeks for the results.
Yeah.
And then we went back in. Said that for my age, which I mentioned a lot, I was actually above average. My egg reserve was good.
Yeah, yours was really good.
I'm okay, and unfortunately, it was Charlie that had the problem, which I'm going to put across the screen because it's a really long word.
It's a really long word that essentially means I have a severely, is what it says, isn't it? Severely low sperm count.
Mm.
So the doctors obviously initially go into the whole, have you had any trauma? Have you had any injuries? Have you had any problems as a kid? Like when your testicles go up into your stomach and don't fall back down. Loads and loads of different things. And then they started thinking, well, actually, maybe we should look at your blood work.
Yeah.
And then for anyone that's obviously seen me, I'm 6'3", ex-rugby player with a beard. Yeah. And the doctors were like, oh, you must be low on testosterone.
It's not.
I mean, anyone could, without being rude, can tell that I'm not.
No.
But I ended up having lots of blood tests done. And
they came back normal.
Yeah, everything came back normal. And then discussing...
What we didn't realise until we spoke to Charlie's mum was that he had mumps as a baby. And so the doctor, as soon as we said that, was like, well, that's the cause. That's the cause of what is wrong. And you're going to have IVF. You're going to have something called ICSI, which again I put above my head, which is essentially the sperm is injected into the egg. Yeah. So we came out pretty low. I'm pretty shocked. Yeah. Charlie is a lot younger than me, and we never thought it would be you. No. I always thought it would be me. It was something that I just was like, I've waited too long. It's me. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was Charlie. And there isn't a lot I can do. No. When there isn't a low testosterone or anything like that, there isn't a lot they can do. No. So we were sent on our way and said, these are the prices of IVF. That's it, really. They didn't want to explore it any other way. That was just what they had suggested. Yeah. So
they were just very much like, you're the problem. Yeah. We can't do anything to fix you. You need to do this. Let's get started. And we were like, well, we haven't really discussed it. No. The consultation that we had with them was very much about them. Trying to sell us the clinic. Yeah. So they just essentially spoke about themselves. And like, the doctor did. Well, we're really good at this, and I'm good at this, and I've been doing this for this long. And
I understand that they have to do that, but our 45-minute appointment was pretty much half an hour of the history of him and the clinic and everything they've done, and it wasn't really about us. No. We know when it comes to private, obviously money is a big factor, and we just came away feeling very negative and not really knowing where to go.
It was a bit of a gut punch, to be honest. Yeah. It was very much, it was deflating. Yes. We just walked away from it like, oh.
Well, that's it. I went to the doctors and asked if we could, now had all these tests, could we go on an NHS waiting list, just after we saw how much everything was going to cost us. If we wanted initial testing on the embryos, etc., you're looking at £15,000–16,000. Yeah. And there's just no way we could afford it. No matter how much we wanted a baby, that was just completely out of our price range. We had already spent a lot of my savings on all the tests, so we didn't have a lot to play with. So my mum and dad suggested, before we got the results, going abroad. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Don't want to do it. It's too much hassle. No. Yeah. But unfortunately, we didn't have much of a choice. So I started looking into different places, Turkey, Spain and Greece. And there was a mix of all of them, but the one that kept coming back with more positive than any was the one in Greece. So I contacted them in July. And they closed in August, so we had to wait till September.
Typical.
Which was really, I think what I've struggled the most with is the waiting.
Patience.
I don't have patience.
No.
But the waiting, after waiting for almost 2 years for something that you thought was going to be so natural, is a really big thing to deal with.
Because you think, in theory, if we'd fallen naturally,
we would be having a baby at Christmas.
Yeah.
So that was quite a big thing. So I ended up going, I want to go to Greece. we'll talk to you about it. But initially it was very much like, I've decided we're going to Grace.
Yeah.
And I have a really good sixth sense about things, and my intuition's really good, and there really wasn't a lot of negative about this clinic. So we went for our first appointment over Zoom.
Yeah.
They were half an hour late, which made me I was just so overwhelmed.
So Charlie had the email to say, you'll receive a meeting link on the day of your appointment. So we're like, yeah, brilliant, that's okay, we can deal with that. So I managed to get the day off work, Charlie took the day off, and we sat waiting to join this meeting, and it's like half an hour before, and we're like...
Okay, so it is a dog over the name.
Oh no, it must have been about an hour. So like an hour before, we're like, we'll just check we've got the links and everything. So we checked, we haven't got a link. So we were like, that's fine, we'll wait a little bit, and then we'll get a link. So we waited for a little bit longer, and we still didn't get a link.
Yeah.
So in the end, Charlie was like, oh, I'll email them. Because, she's just sat there refreshing.
Yeah.
Refreshing. And in the end, we're like, okay, we'll email them.
Yeah.
So Charlie sends them an email being like, hi, we've got our appointments today at this time with this doctor. We haven't received the Teams link. So through broken English communication, we got an email back saying,
we'll go out.
Doctor running late.
Thanks for your understanding.
Yeah. No, it wasn't even that. It was like, doctor will be with you in 15 minutes. Thank you for understanding.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, first of all, we don't know what's happening.
We still didn't get our link.
And we still didn't get the link that we kindly asked for.
Oh.
And then, but we filmed the whole thing.
And I just had a breakdown.
Yeah. So we filmed the whole thing, and we literally just sat there watching. And nothing. Just watching this screen like, well, they still haven't sent us an invite.
No.
And then eventually, we got the invite, and we got onto the call. So our first call with the new clinic in Greece to go over results from previous tests that we've had done, have a little meet and greet, get to know our doctor, and essentially the clinic. Yeah. And after speaking to, are we saying their name?
So we have decided to go with ARC in Athens. They're a smaller clinic, but the difference in patient care from an initial Zoom meeting was just
remarkable.
Oh, it was just amazing. It was just so much better than the UK. We felt like we were being heard. Yeah. He suggested more tests to see if we can find out what is actually going on with Charlie. Yeah. It was a DNA fragmentation and another semen analysis, and then a cryotype and a scan. So all these things that we didn't know that we could probably have. Yeah. And then he also, so for us to not stress about where we were going to have them, he suggested a clinic, which was actually quite a good clinic in London.
It was really nice.
He took a lot of that pressure of, oh my god, where are we going to do all this, and just gave us everything we needed before we even said yes to them. And we still haven't said yes to them yet, but we will.
So our doctor was extremely...
His name's Dr. George.
Dr. George.
Yeah.
So Dr. George was very much, look, I'm going to tell you essentially everything you need to know. Even if you don't want to come with us, that's fine. Yeah. He was more about helping us on our journey than it was about trying to make money for the company. Yeah. So he went through all this different stuff with us and spoke about little things that we could do that could help, and gave me a list of different vitamins that I should be taking that could help our chances. So even if obviously we'd still have to go down the route of IVF, but he was saying these certain supplements would help our chances with IVF. Yeah. So when my sperm count's low, these would give us an increased amount and loads of different things. And then we actually walked away from our first consultation going, oh, wow. Yeah, this is good. It's probably the first time since we started the journey that we've both actually walked away going, I actually feel really happy. Yeah. Like I actually feel like we're making progress and that someone's actually listening to what we're saying. Yes. And it was just, I was like a brand new person.
Yeah, you were.
It was absolutely chucking it down the rain, and I was like, let's go shopping, let's go get all these vitamins that we need, and get some healthy stuff for dinner, and
yeah,
it was like the first
it
time in a
nice
while, like,
to have something positive.
yeah, someone had actually listened to us and gone, I hope isn't gone.
No,
like,
you just need to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, it was very much of a, none of this is a hassle. Like we've got this.
Yeah, we can do this.
Yeah,
we
and
do this
if
all
you
the
don't
time.
want to go with us, that's fine. You need to look into this stuff and have a look at this and
make sure it's not too long and this and that. And yeah, he was really good, and I'm so lucky, and I'm fortunate that my mum and dad said, just look, just see. And they don't book everything for us and all that sort of stuff, but they help us out. They will, they pick us up from the airport. All these little touches, obviously you pay for, but you don't really get offered any of that in the UK. It was just nothing like that.
Yeah, with going with ARC, and even little things like, so from actually going over there to start our treatment, Dr. George was like, you'll have 5 specialists working with you that you can contact them whenever you want. It was like they'll literally just be working for you. So you get these 5 dedicated team members that essentially are there for us.
And I'm sure he says that to most of the clients he speaks to, but for once it was just like, it's just all about you two.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anyone else in the clinic, don't worry about any doctors, it's just you two in my clinic, and right now you two are the most important people.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
I like this, and that was free. And this is nice. It was a complimentary one.
Yeah, and that was, again, it wasn't someone trying to sell us something, because that was free. You didn't have to be...
Yeah.
He didn't have to help us and give us advice on different things. And
no, with the other clinic, it always felt like you wanted to ask a question, or you almost had to pay for it, even though they were like, oh no, you can message any time. You're like, no,
everything with the other clinic was behind like a paywall.
Yeah.
If you asked a question, you felt like you were like, oh, I can pay for an answer.
Yeah, it was very much like that.
Whereas with this, it's been very much, if you have a question, just ask us. We'll help you.
They take a little bit longer because they are a smaller clinic, and I'm going to have to learn patience.
Yeah. Because
I understand that now, and that we aren't the only ones. We know that. Yeah. He said that they've done 7,000 IVF this year. So we know we're not the only ones, and I'm just going to have a little bit more patience. But everyone feels like that. When you're going through this, you think you're the only people that are.
Oh, good, yeah.
You don't realise there's more people out there.
And there's hundreds.
And there's so many when you talk to people. There's so many.
Yeah.
And it was just a relief to have that kind of like, okay. So in the last vlog you saw us go to London, so Charlie's just had his sample
collected.
DNA fermentation. Yeah. Even in the referral letter, he asked the GP if we can do some of the tests, which we are working on. You alright?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, that one's got holes on, that one hasn't. It was just...
None of them are the same.
No, I know.
So we're waiting on those, which take about 2 to 3 weeks. And then we've got another consultation, which we have to pay for, but it was dramatically reduced because we're using them.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. But even stuff like that. So they'd reduced the consultation because they actually wanted to discuss my results.
Yes.
So prior to this clinic, with the other clinic, they just sort of looked at my results, told me these are your results, and didn't explain anything.
No.
So you're sort of thrown all these medical words that you sit there and you're like,
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what 5EG5991 means. And they sort of look at all this stuff and they're like, yep, that's your results, there you go.
Yeah.
Whereas with this clinic,
they actually talked us through it all. I'm above average, which is always nice.
Yeah.
And it got so well done for all the vitamins I'm on. So the 12 vitamins, I will leave a list.
Yeah, your daily
that I'm
vitamins.
on. He said that I'm on the right regime for that, and did I really help? And I said, I spoke to my doctor a little bit, but most of it was my own research.
Yeah.
So please don't just go and take any pills.
Yeah.
Go and get an okay from your doctor or the consultant. I will leave a list of what I'm taking. Some are for fertility and some of them are for my energy, and I don't have dairy, so there's a B12 in there too. But yeah, always, I'm not a medical professional. Please go and speak to someone.
We're not advising you on what to
take.
This
is just what we are doing.
For us.
So I'm on everything I need to be, and I have been for a good 3-4 months now.
Yeah.
So they're in my system and then they're working. They're not working with my PMS, but they're working.
Yeah.
On I think both sides of me now are releasing eggs, where it used to only be my left. So something is definitely working.
Yeah.
So now we just wait. We wait until we get all the information you've gone and talked to the doctor and got that appointment and stuff and sorted that out, and then we'll go from there. And then we will contact Art for a follow-up. He said January time, most likely. We would like December, but how my cycle falls kind of comes over Christmas.
Yeah.
So they close. So it's more January, I think.
Which isn't too bad.
Which isn't too bad at all.
We can go in January. Yeah,
we can go in January and just see what happens. They gave me my protocol, which was a short protocol. And yeah, I need to look into it because there's lots of words and things I don't quite understand yet. But everyone is different. So yeah, I mean, personally, I've been suffering with the anxiety and depression quite a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, my PMS plays a huge part in that, and I think I have PMDD. When I do some research, it's just an extreme form of PMS. And there is a name, I'll put it across here, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it is, you get depressed, you get like intrusive thoughts, you think the world's going to end, and I have all these things. And it kind of goes hand in hand in ADHD. Yeah. So I've been quite bad, I'm not going to lie, it's been quite hard.
Yeah. You're doing good though.
It's been quite hard.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like life's been a bit of a struggle, hasn't it?
Yeah,
at the moment.
Hard. I haven't been like this in years.
No.
It's just a lot to deal with, a lot to look at and organise, and it's just a lot.
Which is something we've spoken about, and obviously I need to get more involved.
Yeah.
With the planning of things.
Yeah, I'm just like everything a certain way, and it's very hard to let go of that. So I know that I have to do that as well, especially when you have no control over IVF. You have no control over it's going to work or anything.
No, or when we get a reply, or how long it will take to reply. There's no consistency.
No, and throughout the month, some weeks I'm fine, and then it goes just downhill when I can't see anyone or talk to anyone for days, which I haven't. We saw Charlie's sister today, Chloe, and it's probably the first time I've seen her in weeks.
Yeah.
She knows how I've been feeling, the whole family have, and they've all been very supportive, but I haven't been able to just string sentences together without crying.
Yeah.
And it's just all I never expect the emotional side to be so severe already. I expected it when I started injecting myself with hormones twice a day, because that's just going to be crazy. But yeah, I think we've just given up so much. Yeah. And I just never thought it would be us.
No.
I just didn't. No. And it's hard. And whoever else is going through this, we see you. And we hear you.
Yeah. We feel the struggle.
It's just so difficult.
And we know the whole. Everyone will tell you not to worry and
not
don't
to stress,
and it will happen naturally when you know it won't.
Yeah.
But essentially, for all you out there going through it, you're not alone.
No.
It's not.
If you want to comment down below and just tell us your story, we would love to hear it. We
or if you want to DM us on Instagram.
We would just like, I think we'd just like to have more like-minded people who go through it with us.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard.
It can be lonely.
Yeah.
It's
everyone else's life is moving on and ours is kind of stuck.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
It's hard.
Everyone will say, oh, they understand and they get it. But sometimes it's easier to not talk to them people and talk to people that are going through what you're going through, and actually share experiences with other people that have either gone through what we're going through or are going through it, and actually talk to someone that genuinely knows how it feels to go through what you're going through. So if you want to drop a comment below, let us know your story, or DM us on any of the other platforms that we're on.
Put them up here.
Charlie will, the amazing IT woman, will put them in there. But yeah, don't be afraid to reach out, talk. It's good to talk to people. Yeah. It's what we've learned.
Yeah, we don't really give people a choice.
No, we don't.
We just kind of say it, and when they go, how are you? And they're not really wanting to know, we actually go, we're shit.
Yeah.
We're struggling, and they're like, oh, okay, it'll be okay. And I get it. People who haven't gone through this don't seem to get it sometimes when you're in the thick of it. When that's your life, it consumes you. Yeah. And you're just like, I just need to see that light. Yeah. I just need to be able to plan something and have some fun. We don't have any. I feel like there's any fun at the moment. Yeah. So we're looking at going on holiday and things like that because we need fun.
Yeah. And we've got a nice weekend next weekend.
We have a nice weekend next weekend. We're going to go to see Grease, the musical. I have to say the musical because Charlie thinks we're just going to pop to Grease.
Well, yeah, so I get really confused. So Charlie's like, oh, don't forget we're going to Greece at the weekend. And I'm like, what? I'm like, when are we going to Greece? Why are we going to Greece? No, the musical. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then like an hour later she's like, oh, well, when we go to Greece at the weekend. And I'm like, why are we going abroad?
But people also thought when we had our first initial appointment, people thought we were just going to pop to Greece for the day and come back.
Yeah, so I told my manager, I was like, oh, I need to book this day off because we've got a consultation with our clinic. And bless her, she'd remembered that our clinic was in Greece. Yeah. And literally was like, oh my God, you're just going to pop to Greece for the day and come back.
My neighbour was the same. My neighbour was exactly the same. I was like, no, do you remember like 2 years ago when there was a pandemic and everyone was on Zoom? We're doing that.
Everyone just forgot about technology and was like, I can't believe we're going to Greece for one day. And we're like, no. We're not flying for 8 hours for an hour consultation.
I mean, we would, but we weren't.
Yeah, we would have. But yeah, everyone was literally just like, I can't believe we're going to Greece. And we're like,
no, we're not.
No, we're not. We'd probably do it in the kitchen.
Yeah, and just have a chat.
Yeah, we'd probably just sit in the kitchen if we're honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been an emotional rollercoaster up to now.
Yeah, and there's still so much more to come.
Yeah, and we're not even in the thick of it yet.
Not yet.
But
our holiday will help.
Yeah.
It will help us just reset and get ready for this.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. And I need that more at the moment. Just to have A, something to look forward to, and B, for something just to be nice and just about us. Yeah. And not have to think about it. And we're okay with just the two of us. Like,
but yeah.
We already knew that before we started it.
Yeah.
It's just the two of us. We're okay with that.
Yeah.
But
we just have fancy motorbikes and nice holidays.
But at the moment, it's us and doctors, us and tests. Us and explaining everything. We can't just. We went to London for the test, and Charlie came and goes, "Why do I always feel like we're on holiday?" And I'm like, "It's because no one's around us. We can just be us, and it's okay." So having a holiday will help. We just got to find one. Yeah. So that's the next thing we've got to do. Yeah.
So if you've got any recommendations for good holidays,
winter sun, please, winter sun.
But it doesn't have to be winter sun. I'm not the biggest fan of the sun.
I like some. I don't want it to be cold.
Yeah, but yeah, you can also comment down below your favourite place to go on holiday. Yeah, we'll have a little look for them. We'll let you know if we pick one.
Yeah, we will. But yeah, feel free to. We want to engage more with you anyway. There's a few more of you now, so thank you.
Yeah, there is.
256, I think.
Yeah.
So in 3 months, it's not too bad for us.
No, it's not.
But we don't do it for that. No. It's an added bonus, but we do it for our future child to watch us be crazy before then and what we go through. And if someone does stumble across it and it finds some sort of comfort knowing other people are, then this is why we do it. Yeah. So we're going to leave it there. Because it's getting dark and I'm hungry and you need to go home because it's getting dark.
Yeah, I haven't eaten.
Yeah, McDonald's, it's not like he didn't
Oh, I
even
did.
starve.
I had chicken
Yeah,
nuggets.
20 nuggets, which went in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I haven't eaten all day,
No, I
in
know.
my defence.
No. So thank you so much for stopped. My mouth stopped working. But thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Bye.